Hello everyone. You might notice that I'm not surrounded by hay. You might be wondering, why would someone record a video in their house instead of in a barn? Hey bud, you gotta lay down, bud. Can you go to sleep? Reason for that is one, my toddler is not sleeping. He's awake. He's supposed to be sleeping. So just hanging out in the house. Also, I've already recorded this video once and another video. It turns out the barn, while looks like a studio, it is actually a barn and does not have good Wi-Fi. What that means is a couple different times I've recorded like 15-minute videos only to try to transfer them to my phone from my little Audigo mic, and somewhere in the process it just like deletes them. They're there, but I can't do anything with them. It's very frustrating. Anyway, so I was like, I'm just gonna record this video right where I actually have Wi-Fi and my toddler is not sleeping. Anyway, today, this is a very cool guitar. This one right here, beautiful. It's a Taylor 814 CE in Honduran mahogany. This is a 2022. They only made this one in 2022 apparently. It's in the name 2022 Honduran mahogany. There's not like a 2021 or 23 version as far as I know. Anyway, made with Honduran mahogany. Very beautiful. It's kind of a much lighter, you know what? Everything I said so far, forget. It's Honduran Rosewood. I don't know why I said mahogany. It just rolled off the tongue because that's normal. Honduran mahogany is a thing that you actually get. This is not Honduran mahogany. It is a Taylor 814 CE. It's Honduran Rosewood. So, sorry, I'm glad I caught myself there now, but I could just stop this and redo it, but that doesn't feel, that's not authentic. I might do that anyway because I'm not all that authentic, I suppose. But anyway, so it's Honduran Rosewood. So it's got the rosewood back at sides and the regular spruce top. It's got the little bevel here. Really gorgeous guitar. Let's see here. It's got this pick guard, almost a little tiny bubble, looks like, on the pick guard. You can't really, you got to get the light perfect to see that. It's pretty there. Like if I can get the light just like that, you can notice it. There we go. That makes it look bad. But in real life, it looks like this, and you don't even know it's there. I didn't know it's there until just this second while I'm going like this. But that's show business, baby. Anyway, so the actual thing that's wrong with this guitar, aside from now this, is right here. At some point it got nicked. Not nicked. It got like dropped or something, like right there. Can't really see it, but there is a small, like right in the black line here. It's sort of, it's cracked there. So this might be able to just be replaced if you wanted to, or you could just leave it. It's not really affect anything. It still sounds great plugged in, acoustic, whatever. But anyway, that's what differentiates this one from an actual brand new one. This, because of that, this was an open box, guys, so I got a discount on it, and I'm passing the savings on to you because you've been so kind and brave by following my YouTube channel. Anyway, this thing is like $4,600 new, I believe, and I'm selling it for like $2,700 or $800. If you're like, well, which is it? Like, go ahead and give me $2,800 for it. That's fine. If you did offer me $2,700, I'd probably take it. But that's what I'm trying to sell this for. I try to sell things pretty inexpensively, pretty fair price, so that I can go on to the next thing and try a bunch of different guitars. I'm kind of in guitar jail right now until I sell a few. So I'd like to sell a couple of them. Then I can buy more and try more. Anyway, this is a Honduran Rosewood, kind of a limited edition. Sounds really cool. If you like the playability of Taylors, but you don't like how they are a little bit chimey and maybe overly bright, this is great. It's not overly chimey, not overly bright. It's kind of got a good, almost a boxy sound, but I mean that in like the best way possible. Not boxy like a cheap guitar, but boxy like it's just not overly flowery. Anyway, I'll play it for you, and you can decide if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, welcome to our dining room / kitchen instead of the barn for various reasons. You may never see this because it still might not transfer. I don't know. And then my kid's going to be banging on the door in the background because he's on a revolt from nap time. I'll show you so you don't think I'm lying. Look at this. just trying to kick the door open. But anyway, so, and that's like right over there. So if you hear some banging, that's most likely why. Anyway, Taylor, 814, limited edition, Honduran Rosewood. Another thing I really like about Taylor's is the intonation is always pretty terrific. So you can throw a capo on it. This is on the 7th fret, and really not worry too much about retuning. I guess it depends how, like, I don't know, precise you are, or precise is a nice way to say that. How precise you are. If you're one of those annoying people who has to be in like perfect tune, I don't know. This seems like it's more or less in perfect tune. You'll find out in a second here. But one thing I like about Taylor's kind of across the board is the intonation's pretty great. So you can put a capo on and not have to spend 5 minutes retuning, which is really helpful in like a live environment because things happen and you're trying to switch songs. And you're like, man, now I gotta sit here and tune, gotta say dumb jokes to the audience, or maybe just look awkward. I don't know. Anyway. Here's Wonderwall. Just kidding. It's not Wonderwall. But it's capo on the 7th still. I think sounds pretty good probably. Just as an experiment, what I'm going to do is just check where we're at tuning wise. So just slightly sharp. A little bit more on the B string, but that's those are pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. And I'm not sure, I think I was pretty in tune when I first started, so. Yeah, like that. I don't know. That's pretty close. I feel like that's pretty close. Sometimes I always feel like I need to answer the things for like the commenters, the YouTube commenters. Like that wasn't in tune or whatever. It's like, dude, come on, it was close enough. It was pretty close for being on the 7th fret. Anyway, so that's this is the guitar. I'll keep playing some stuff for you. Okay, so overall, I think it's got a great sound to it, It's one of my favorite sounding Taylors. I don't love the overly bright sound, so it's a personal preference. This one doesn't seem to have that. It's right. This one's right up there with. I had a Taylor 724 that I think was walnut backsides and top. I think that's what it was. Anyways, that sounded great. Had a really, really good thump to it, and that's another Taylor that I was like, oh, that one sounds really good. So this one is kind of in that same camp as far as just like, okay, this is a really good sounding Taylor. I'm more of like a Martin Gibson guy. I grew up playing Taylor. Like I had a Taylor from when I was 15 up till like 30 something. That was like my main guitar is a Taylor 412. I still have it. But then once I started, like the more I don't know, evolved as an artist or whatever, that's dumb. Don't pretend I didn't say that. I'm not an artist. What I mean is like, when I went from being a 15-year-old kid, Taylor fit me really well. Don't scratch that too. I don't mean like you've got to be a 15-year-old to like Taylor guitars. I have lots of Taylors. I like Taylor guitars. I guess I mean more of like the country type sound is what I play now. A lot of the artists I like, they play like Gibsons and Martins and stuff, so that's what I sort of gravitate towards. But people are really unfair to Taylors. They're, who are in that like Martin Gibson camp. Like there's some really good sounding Taylors, and Taylors across the board I think are easier to play. Your hands don't get as tired playing them, and the intonation's a little better. Like you could really argue, once I was capoed at the 7th fret, like maybe I could have retuned, maybe it was slightly out, but for sure any of my Gibsons or Martins would have been further out of tune than that. So it's kind of on like grading on a scale here, just from my experience. Anyway, I think this is an excellent guitar. It's definitely good enough to be like your main only guitar, and the flaws in it are so minor that basically you're saving $2,000, and I don't think no one would notice unless you go like that and shine the light right on that little. Someone even asked me, they were like, hey, does that have a little bubble in the pickguard? And I was like, I don't think so. So I apologize whoever I said that to, because I didn't see it. I thought it was just a trick of the light, because every time I look at it, if you look at it, you don't see anything. So there is a little bit of a bubble there in the pick guard, but you're saving $2,000. So I don't know. That seems like if I were looking for a new Taylor guitar and I could save $2,000 because there's a little crack deal in here, not in this side at all, just like right on this black thing, and that little bubble, dude, sign me up. That seems like a pretty good deal. Anyway, this is a pretty great guitar. If you love this guitar, but you don't want those two things, you can pay $2,000 more to get yourself one. I think they still have them on like Musician's Friend or some different places. You can get, it's a 2022 Taylor 814 CE limited edition Honduran Rosewood. So it's pretty sweet little guitar. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Anyway, thanks. We'll see if this transfers.